mining here, as we don't really need that at this moment. We are mined out at the main here. We are mined out. Nope, we're not mined out at the main here for Zerg, but we do have a base going down here. This is still vomiting. Not really going to take that base yet, nor this base, as the vomit has finally gone. We are going to... Are we going to take it? Are we going to take it? Come on. Come on, nGShuriKen. There we go. We have our next base coming up. That's very nice. We're going to have a lot of corruptors. Not really anything that can shoot down yet, but we do have those infestors. We do have 16 corruptors to the 3 carriers, 7 phoenixes, 6 void rays, 1 stalker, and 7 zealots paired with that lovely mothership that's coming out. Apparently we are a supply block, so we're going to get a ton of those pylons over here at our, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th base for our lovely player. We do have our 5th base, I believe, or 6th base. Yes, 6th base for our Zerg player, for our lovely Zerg player, Chrisle. And we do have a few lings just kind of chilling out down here to keep an eye on the economy of our Protoss enemy nGShuriKen. This is so far a very, very well done match. So far, I really like it. Just, you know, could work on that neural parasite. That would be very nice. We do have our +1 melee weapons. Not really sure what for the few lings, I guess, that we have so far. We're going to send those phoenixes in the back to do a little bit of damage to this overlord line, this overlord little clump cluster thing. But a lot of corruptors are going to come in and do a lot of damage. That's going to not be very good for our Protoss enemy, although the phoenixes aren't doing a whole lot. Jeez, that is a huge amount of Protoss air. That is going to be a really annoying thing to deal with. But what else do we have on the field for our Zerg ally, as I am going to be focusing on him? 97 drones to the 76. He has a much better economy. However, that might hurt him when it comes to the final confrontation, having that many drones. Although there is the 300 of 200 army kind of concept that you can do as Zerg, where you have a huge amount of drones. Holy mother of broodlords. Holy cow. That is 15 broodlords, folks. Yes, 15 broodlords in production simultaneously. Wow, that is going to be a pain in the ass. Wow. We also have High Templar. Ooh, that's going to be a bit of a pain as well. For our Zerg player, there is going to be a lot of Templar storms, a lot of, that is to say, Psy storms. Very nice, very nice. We do have our 2-1 weapons for the Protoss. On our Zerg side, we are 2-1s as well. Very even when it comes to upgrades. We have our 2 weapons on the way. We have 2 armor already done. We're going to break down these destructible debris to prepare for this upcoming epic conflict between the two. We have a really huge amount of infestors at this point. A very nice army of infestors and broodlords. Pretty much both sides all throughout this game have kind of had this agreement to wait till the late game. There's been a lot of little kind of back and forth here and there. Not really anything when it comes to production of large amounts of units to take each other out early. This is going to be a late game epic conflict between our friend here, Chrisle, and the enemy nGShuriKen with that mothership. Here he comes, moving in to see what kind of damage he can do. There are a lot of spine crawlers to be able to pick off any land. However, that cloak is going to be very powerful because we don't have any detection. What is going to happen here? He's going to move in a little bit. No, he's going to fall back just a little bit. No big deal. We're going to take a look at the production tab and see that we have 3 armor on the way for both land and air for our Zerg player. We also have 2 weapons on the way. We have Zealot legs and as well as Thermal Lance. That's going to be interesting. Thermal Lance for the not Colossi that we have. No, we have 1 Colossi sitting there in the back, 2 Colossi sitting there under that. That just mothership plus carriers plus void rays makes it hard to be able to see anything underneath that. That is a huge army. We are both maxed. I believe we've been maxed for a while. That is, oh my god, that is so many broodlords, plus those infestors, plus all of this. This is going to be a very, very interesting conflict. Really love the use of the mothership. Feel like that is a very underutilized unit, although it is kind of sad that Blizzard will be removing it with the coming expansion, Heart of the Swarm. That will be kind of a sad thing to see coming. However, we do see these broodlords doing a good amount of damage in this kind of, just testing out the waters as they just kind of moved closer together. Here come the Void Rays. They're coming in to do a lot of damage. The Spine Crawler is going to be doing a lot of damage to whatever is on the ground. However, we need to have something to shoot up. Come on, what are we going to do? We do see, oh, I think there was a neural parasite in there. Was that a neural parasite? What are we going to see happen here? Oh, dear God, what are we seeing? We are seeing a lot of Psy Storm. We are seeing these broodlords kind of sit in the back waiting to figure out what they want to do. One of them kind of questing forward to be this hero broodlord sitting in the front. We do have our infestors being targeted by this air army. Going to scoot back to the back. Broodlord's going to be, oh my god, holy mother of Psystorm, 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 Psystorm. What are we going to see happen? Oh my gosh, so much army. And what are we going to see here? What is going to happen? Did you just see that? The Mothership just got neural parasited. We have invisible Broodlords. We have 15 invisible Broodlords. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. The Zerg is doing a vortex on the Protoss army, double vortex to put all of those units out of the way. I'm gonna kill that as well. Holy cow, was that epic or what? Protoss going to fall back in disarray, absolutely stunned at that. Holy cow. Even the observer going, what the hell, man? How the hell did that happen? But these Broodlords are really low health. We're going to see what's going to happen, and this is ultra exciting. The Stalkers are going to be moving in. That's going to be really painful for these Broodlords to deal with. They are going to be able to kick their ass, but those Stalkers need to blink in and do whatever damage they can. The carrier is doing a lot of damage, but there's nothing to really deal with them at this point. We do have a few Spore Crawlers as well as Corruptors coming in to do some damage. They aren't really focus firing anything, just killing those Interceptors that are coming out of those carriers. Really distracting, really makes it kind of look goofy as those Corruptors just kind of do this little twirl as they go. However, they are one-shotting almost these carriers as they try and run away. The Stalkers are going to try and come in and do a little bit of damage, but they're not going to really do much as those carriers do fall. The Broodlords are falling back. However, we do see that, let's take a look at the production tab. We do have Zerglings in production. Interesting. Zerglings and Infestors in production. Our Protoss enemy, that has got to be some kind of humiliating thing to have happen there. That was actually not pylons early. That was a bunch of cannons warping in. Okay, my mistake there. But we still have a good amount of Corruptors. Do we still have those Broodlords, or did most of them die? I think most of them did, in fact, die. We are at 190 food. 190 food to 144. We have 3 threes on the way, 3 weapons and 3 weapons for air and melee ground. We do have these Zealots getting pretty much eaten alive by these Speedlings. However, we do have carriers. The Protoss enemy choosing to go for a more land-focused Holy Mother of Psystorm, again, doing a huge amount of damage to those Corruptors, but since they are actually moderately high health units, it is difficult to deal with for them. These Infestors do have the actual ranged upgrades. However, choosing not to get those at this time, Chrisle kind of just throwing those out there with those 3 armor, so they're just kind of going to sit there and go, well, we won't die very quickly, except that they do. And we're going to be seeing, let's see, the bases are kind of even at this point. Nothing has really happened aside from this massive conflict back and forth. Holy Mother of Broodlords, again, we have more Corruptors and Broodlords. Broodlords trying to phase in before being killed by these Stalkers. Going to do a lot of damage to these, however, the Stalkers need to fall back. The Zealots really need to fall back. We have Archons warping in at the same time. Infestors burrowing to try and get out of the way of all of this damage. Throwing down those Infested Terran underneath the feet of those Zealots. That has got to be freaky. All those little green balls of ick and guns and just, oh my god, just kind of coming out from under your feet. This has got to be just an absolutely embarrassing thing to have happen to you. Well, not necessarily embarrassing, but just, oh my god, how amazing is this? Broodlords on this small Protoss force. It's 193 food to 148. Still a lot of High Templar morphing into Archons that might do a little bit of damage, but these aren't really clumped up. These aren't units that are going to take a lot of damage from that splash damage. However, we do have a lot of Infestors. They are very low on energy. However, that is going to be unfortunate for our Zerg buddy here. But I feel like he's kind of in the lead here, doing pretty damn well. We do have another Mothership in production. Is that at the main? Nope, it's at the natural. We do have Void Rays coming in and doing a lot of damage to the Broodlords. However, we do have a lot more Infested Terran coming in from that huge amount of Infestors. Holy balls. More Broodlords just kind of pushing in, slowly doing their little war of attrition. Coming in, going to fungal growth those Void Rays, do a little bit of damage. That is annoying. We do see the upgrades for our Protoss are 3-1-2, a little bit behind, I would say. Our Zerg ally, who's at 3-2s, soon to be 3-3s. Let's see, is that 3-3 almost done? Yep, 200, almost there. There we go. 3-3s are done. Going to fungal growth those Zealots and throw a bunch of those Infested Terran to do a good amount of damage to that. This is such an amazing game. I have to say, I love oh my god. Neural parasiting a Mothership to cloak your low health Broodlords. I gotta respect you, Chrisle. That was some amazing play there. More High Templar morphing in. I'm gonna guess that those are gonna go ahead and be Archons. We also have a bunch of Zealots. Not really gonna be able to do anything against this good amount of Broodlords paired with Infestor. Really, the Protoss at this point seems to be just trying to find any way to just counter what he's seeing from our friend here. Chrisle gonna send these out to take this base here, which I believe was in the hands of our Protoss enemy. But this is just such a beautiful game. Going to send in these Zerglings, going to see those cannons. Not really going to be able to do any damage. That's not a big deal, though. We have the Mothership back. Let's see if she can do a little bit of damage. See if it can bring this game back to even. Probably not, as we are 195 to 148. Going to take out this almost manor expansion, considering it's right next to the main. Not really going to see any epic kind of mid-game action in this game, but just good God, the end game is so beautiful, so beautiful. All these corruptors, all these broodlords, all these infestors. Such a great game. GG from nGShuriKen, and he leaves the game. Thank you so much, Chrisle, for sending in this game. This is the best game I've seen of StarCraft so far. Thank you so very, very much. If you guys have any games that you want to send in to be casted, please send those to MissionStarCraft@gmail.com. This is Flag signing out for this game. Any feedback, by the way, that you have on this channel or on these casts, please send that to that same email address or in the comment section below. Please hit that like button, subscribe, and share, and I will see you guys in the next cast. Thank you very much, Chrisle. Badass game. This is Flag signing out.